Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, August 16th. We had to postpone the Snarkcast a whole day because, as you can see, David was ambushed by Collette at Five Poppies. He was just lying in the sun, minding his business when Collette jumped out of the bushes at him, turned him over in his lounge chair, tried to drown him in the pool, and bang his face against the cement. So David is a little worse for wear today, but he did it for us. So for that, we are grateful. We'll talk more about this on the flip side. Welcome, everyone. We are back. I'm Mama Snark. This is Snark Jr. We are here doing the Snarkcast. And unfortunately, we're going to start this week with a little bit of sad news that I'm sure you're all aware of, and that is the passing of Tristan Rogers. I don't know about the rest of you. I don't know about you, David, but Robert Scorpio has always been my number one heartthrob. He's the one that really got me hooked up with General Hospital because he was beautiful, he was sexy, he was a spy. Everything about him was wonderful. And then we got to watch the man age and on the show and take on all these various roles. And at the very last minute, discover he has a new daughter and a new granddaughter. So, yeah, very sad times. David, did you anticipate this at all, or
I mean, we all knew he was ill and he was fighting cancer, but it's always still a shock when someone passes, and obviously it was a lot more serious than they were letting on that he went so quickly. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you read the post by Perry Shen that we reposted on the page, but I mean, like many of us, we were like, who is this guy with the Australian accent on my TV screen? I mean, he gave those ridiculous storylines a lot of levity. The way he played, the part of Robert Scorpio. And I have to say, he's been on and off throughout the years, but he's one of the few characters that I never felt was compromised in any way.
really
So
obnoxious that we're doing this lovely tribute to Tristan, and I'm coughing through the whole thing. Forgive me. I agree with all you've said. There was interwoven into all the capers of the 80s that we loved, that I loved. There was always this sense of humor, this sense of snarkiness that Robert brought to every situation that made it very watchable and very interesting. Like you were always waiting to see what the next thing was that was going to happen. So our sympathies to his family and all those who knew him and worked with him. And this is a huge loss. We have lost, as
yeah.
someone said on the page yesterday, we have lost so many legacy characters from the show lately, and it's rough. I mean, we
Well,
still haven't even addressed Monica yet, right? So
again, they're probably going to need time to figure out a way to let Scorpio pass away in the Port Charles universe. So, but at least we'll probably see Sasha sooner
maybe,
than later
or
if
maybe
that
the
happens.
Scorpios will just go away. And I really, well, we have Emma, but I hope that that isn't the case
Yeah.
because they are a legacy family. They are an interesting family.
I think they will address it because there is so much. I mean, obviously Anna and Emma. There's too many people on the canvas or related. Mac. That I think it will
Yeah.
be addressed at some point, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I think back to the recent um, Days of Our Lives, several deaths that have occurred there, and how difficult it must have been the way they tape over there when Drake Hogestyn was dying and gave the show his blessing to kill him off, and most of that was playing out
in
right when he
in real
died
life.
in real life. So it was just, I mean, some of those episodes, it was just pure emotion. And I'm sure, we're going to see the same thing with GH. And we know definitely, I'm sure Kimberly McCulloch would make herself available to come back for any sort of
Yeah,
funeral that they
if
do for him.
if only to honor Tristan because they were so
Yes,
close.
absolutely. They
I
were
mean,
very close.
they were, yeah,
She was 7 years old when
yeah.
she met him. Yeah, she's known him most of her life. So yeah, it's still rocking me 2, 3 days later
Yeah,
that it's just,
yeah.
how sad. But at least we had that nice wrap up scene. Originally on the page, I was complaining like, did we really need to see Robert for, what is this 2 day Robert appearance? But I
Glad.
think I think the show knew too, so they wanted to give him a proper send off as they could.
No, it was lovely and well done. Well, that kind of made the week a little bit sad. Not that
Hmm.
the week wasn't sad up to this point. So here's the scoop, you guys. I have not seen Friday's episode. David has, because he's going to write his Substack review here sometime this weekend while he's recovering from his encounter with the Snark.
Collette just didn't like my fake accent that I
That was
was
it. It was a
making fun
personal
of. So
attack.
yeah.
Actually, I will reveal the true cause of David's face at the end of the episode, so you have to keep watching.
Oh no.
So this week we saw Drew take several steps down the escalator towards evil again. And I wrote a whole Substack thing about, okay, now that they've painted this guy into a corner, what's the end game here? You know, is he going to become like a Sunny type personality where he just keeps doing these dastardly things and people look away? Or is our hopes and dreams for a murder story going to come to pass? And I would say, oh, likely not. But that's
Like,
just me.
likely not, because one half of the writing team avoided that with Shiloh and Peter and every other type of villain that has trotted through Port Charles the last several years. Elizabeth Corte, however, who I hear is actually, even though they are co-head writers, she is lead on story.
Oh, okay.
So maybe she will go down that path. I always want to see a good murder mystery. However, murder mysteries on soaps today are usually not good.
No,
And, maybe it's because we know too much. Like, oh, the actor's in contract negotiations. Oh, the actor got a movie of the week. Oh, or they're just not clever about them, but they're just
I
not.
think it's the latter rather
Yeah,
than the
they've been
former.
lacking. So I don't really know if I want. I mean, at this point, I think going down the dark path of cutting Scout off from everyone and moving to DC, this might trigger someone should absolutely shoot Drew and he'll probably live. But maybe then there's a redemption story. Who knows? But again, a lot of people don't like this Drew story. I've enjoyed it.
I
So
honestly, I think it's made the character, since we don't have the privilege of having Billy Miller as Drew. We have, new Drew who came in and he was all furry and PTSD'd and stuff. He wasn't interesting. He was not interesting when he was with Carly. None of that had any kind of flavor to it. This, very flavorful. We may hate him, but that means he's doing a good job and they're writing him well because that's what you're supposed to feel, right? Now, the Snarkies have kind of floated some ideas
okay.
that he's really Shiloh.
Oh, that's, yeah, been going on for a while.
Yeah, that he's really Faison in a mask, which would be epic but stupid, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but I have a feeling we just need to relax and realize he's going to be here for the long haul and not to get upset about it.
Yeah, and when I thought it would definitely be downplayed once he and Willow split up, but it's
No, no.
ramped up
Yeah.
actually. And I
I
was very
mean,
happy to see them address my issues, which I mentioned a few weeks ago with, what's Scout's point of view in all this? We had that whole episode of Scouts like, no, I want to be here.
that was necessary.
Yeah.
And I hope we get to see more of her. She's a charming young actress.
Yes, yes. As well as Danny and Rocco,
Oh, yeah,
which
they're
we are
all.
seeing a lot of this summer, which is good. Which is
It's
good.
absolutely good. Right. And so let's talk about the boys for a minute.
Okay.
The pool boys. We
The
got
pool boys.
Rocco, we got Danny, and we have the new grumpy cat, Geo. Every facial expression he made this week was he looked either really pissed off or really constipated.
Right. Right.
And
He
I
was
don't
happy.
think that's his fault. I think it's what he was directed to do.
I mean, he's happy one moment, and then the minute somebody mentions anything, he's like, "Arr, I hate my parents." Arr." I mean, Michael tried to have that talk with him. He was all happy to see Sonny and Donna, and then he got grumpy again. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
it's played
I
out.
guess we need a grumpy character in poor Charles at all time.
Well, because Dante toned down
That
his
crown for a
grumpy
minute. Yep.
cattishness. I mean, he got all hot under the collar and had to leave the meeting with Liesel and Lulu. But then when he came back, and then he made that proposal to Brooklyn about, we have to try and be his friend and la di da di da. Uh,
La di da di da. There you go.
and
No, the
Outback once again used as a plot point for boy, how insecure is Nunu Lulu that she
okay.
has to go, oh, Liesel can't take the dog? Oh, well, I can.
I don't know why they are doing to Lulu what they are doing because she has become unsufferable. I mean, she's been that way since she woke up cranky, coma
Yeah,
cranky, right?
Home cranky.
But she's really becoming quite nasty and despicable and are as people I'm kind of jumping around here a little bit, but Lulu, she's always been a little annoying, right? I mean, that's been the character.
Yeah.
But now they're like moving her into this weird place. And the other character that I fear slash curious is Jordan. Jordan and her takedown of Sidwell, but maybe she's not going to take him down because that paycheck is really nice. And gee, I haven't seen him do anything wrong. So that's a foreshadowing there that makes me a little nervous. So we got Lulu and Jordan, who have been fairly benign in terms of where they line up on the morality scale, and that are all just kind of floating down the path here to hell. I don't know.
New set alert.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got that. We got that
Well,
lovely
refab.
mixture of Finn's apartment, sort of opened up a little bit. What's with the white brick?
Oh my gosh, so many people said, what is with the white brick? What is with the exposed brick?
Is that a thing in California? Because it's
No.
not in New York.
Well, it's a thing in California if your house was built in 1955, but you've remodeled your house since then and taken the brick out. So actually,
Yeah,
I'm sitting here and I'm looking at my white brick wall in my kitchen because my house was built in 1916.
yeah. I thought we were done with that when we got rid of TJ and Molly's apartment and Finn left, but no, it's back. The
Well, and
white brick
I want to
wall.
know now that Ava's had this influx of cash, I want to see where Ava is living now because we haven't heard. I mean, last we heard, she had redone this tiny little junk apartment, which actually looked really cute to me.
I love
And
that bar. Yeah.
but now that she's doing her, I'm a rich lady again. I almost said rich bitch. Oh, look, I said it. Um, she's. We need to see her new apartment. Yeah, the Sid
Well,
thing
did
is.
she move? I don't.
No, I don't think she has, and
No,
that's my
she. Yeah.
point. Is that she probably should because of her new thing, but they were busy building Jordan's set, so we can't all have
Yes.
new sets.
Yes.
And as long as they've got the paintbrush out, can we deal with Anna's Jumanji once and for all?
I
That's all I
loved
can say.
I loved when she was talking about whoever designer that Jordan is now going to get to design the apartment and how, she couldn't afford him. Oh, so that's the excuse that we have to have those
Yeah.
leaves.
Well, Anna's apartment where she's got Gio and Emma in bunk beds against one wall, and who knows where they're sleeping. I mean, and as long as we're talking about houses that are bigger on the inside, the TARDIS factor.
Yes.
How many bedrooms does the Q mansion have? Because we've got 87 people living there right now, and
Yes.
plus help, and no cook, as you pointed out last week.
And Tracy is forced to go have an iced tea or a
The
drink
Metro
at the
Court or at
Metro
the
Court.
pool.
Yeah, you would think she would object to that place because Carly owns it, but I guess since her daughter-in-law co-owns it, not that we see her daughter-in-law,
Yeah, Olivia, the
um,
secret invisible co-owner.
maybe it's okay. But I was thinking a lot this week about God, what would they do if they did not have that pool? It's just an easy, lazy way. to get everybody on one set to accomplish what they need to accomplish in an episode.
Hmm.
And, not that they don't do a fairly good job of it, but it's just like, my God, is that the only pool in Port Charles, other than the Quartermain pool,
Well,
which
that's
is
what
obviously not being used?
and I had a couple of times this week where I was like, why? Why are they having, first of all, it's not a public pool. Why would they be having swim lessons at a private pool? I mean, I know people do that, but this
Yeah.
doesn't, it doesn't feel real Metro Court. I
Well,
mean, if I have a resort, I don't want a bunch of screaming kids having a swim lesson right in front of me while I'm sipping my mimosa. I'm just saying.
well, I love those references to like, oh, look at Donna splashing over there. Where?
Yeah. Well, and
It's
we see
quiet. The deck is dry. I don't see anybody in a pool.
we haven't seen the pool at Five Poppies, right? We just assume there's a pool, or did we see it? I
There's
don't
anything
remember.
you want at Five Poppies, I'm sure. I mean, look at that
I mean, they
layout that
must, right? Yeah.
Vaughn and Joss discovered. What about your favorite couple to be?
What, Joss and Vaughn, my favorite couple to be, or Britt and Jason?
Joss and Vaughn. My God, they had
Oh
him
my
naked a
gosh.
lot this week.
Those two. Well, I did make a prediction on Monday that they would be coitusing by the end of the week, and I mean I haven't seen Fridays, but I'm guessing that's not the case.
Something does happen, but yes,
Yeah.
you
Um,
not to
and
say
by
what.
the way, as long as we have I mean, I'm sure the people who watch this know that we have a no spoiler policy on our page because there've been a lot of spoilings lately. I've gotten a couple of emails from people saying, "Hey, Mama, check out this post."
Yeah.
So again, we don't talk about the current day's episode until the next day, and especially Fridays when there are cliffhangers. We
Right.
don't talk about it till Monday, except
But
for
we do
David.
on Substack. Yeah,
Except for David on Substack. So if you want to get comment and talk about Friday before Monday,
that's the place to go.
go to
Because I
David's
will
Substack.
mention Friday in my
Yeah.
Substack later on today. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I like Vaughn. He's a
Oh yeah.
he's potentially a more interesting Dex, but he
Yes.
is Dex,
He is Dex, but he is
basically.
more interesting. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. I mean, there's more storyline potential because I think they didn't make the same mistake with Vaughn that they did with Dex and just tell you nothing for like how long. Dex was on like a year and we still didn't know anything, I think.
Yeah.
And then he finally told about his family. So at least Vaughn has hinted at things that happened to him in the past, and he's the senior agent. And yeah, there was a lot of Jack and Carly this week. I guess because now he's contract status.
I'm sorry. They are boring. There, I said it. I said it.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It's not even do they have chemistry or not. They act the energy between them is as of a married couple who's known each other for 20 years or more, and they're just kind of this is what we're doing. Yes, Carly did get a little flirtatious and her little laugh and all that, but I'm sorry. This I have to really in my mind, I have to say this is a different Jack Brennan. The original Jack Brennan was kidnapped by aliens, and this is who the aliens gave us in return. And I have to just think about it as a completely different character because, yeah, I don't.
Well, like a lot of recasts, I mean, even Michael. It's just like it's a new character with the name Michael. It's a
Yeah,
new character with the name Jack. It's a new character with the name Nina because it's just going into another
you're right.
direction.
Yeah,
And I mean, yeah, I know writers write for people in roles, but it's just like the General Hospital writers, I think, feel that like every time they make a cast change, that is the excuse to just start writing the character a different way. Because this certainly isn't the Michael we knew
oh no, no,
prior to the explosion.
right.
I mean, I'm not complaining on that
No,
one.
yeah.
And the same thing with Drew. This is not the Drew that Billy Miller used to play. And it's funny when I go back and I look at some of those scenes because I had to reference the post-it notes on the wall one day, and it's like you forget, oh yeah, that's right. But it's not the same character.
Anyway, Jack and Carly, that's going to blow up in a weird way too, and I'm sure something happens on Friday that's going to lead to Carly figuring out what's going on with Joss and
I
yeah,
think the original intent with the Charles Measure version of Jack was he was going to use Carly for something. And now with the cast change, it's they're trying to sort of backtrack that and oh no, he's actually in love with her.
Yes, but that weird conversation outside the potties where he was like,
With their wine.
yeah, with their wine by the pot, their cheap screw tap top wine rosé wasn't even sparkling rosé. I mean, he said, if I have to disappear suddenly, now you know why. And we're like, no, we don't know why. And why would you even say that? And
And she laughs it off.
yeah,
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me something horrible, like you have a family and kids, and like, well, that's pretty horrible too.
right,
Somebody
right.
told me, like, if I have to disappear,
That whole thing is weird. And in the same light, I want to talk about Laura. That whole exchange with her, her defense of Sonny is getting old and it's getting stupid. And as much as I would love to give her my character of the week for her takedown of Boyle and that whole thing, I'm mad at her. I'm mad at her for defending Sonny when she knows perfectly well the dude is bad. Which reminds me, oh my gosh. Okay. We got a question. Somebody emailed me and they asked me this question.
okay.
This is one of our Substack readers, Pamela Roberts, emailed me and she asked me a really good question about Sonny, which ties in with what I was just saying about Laura. She says, other than murdering or harming people who get in his way or ordering their killing, what exactly is Sonny's criminal enterprise these days? No drugs, no weapons running, no prostitution. Gambling seems to belong to Mrs. Wu. Laundering money, but for what? Does he lean on people to pay protection? Coerce businesses into buying Corinthos coffee? Is he smuggling knockoff Disney stuffies and Mickey Mouse watches? Not sure why not knowing this bothers me, but his mob feels like a joke. You are not wrong, Pamela. And why have the other families not gotten involved in getting rid of Sidwell, if that's what Sonny wants? Those are great questions, Pamela, and we will tell you that we don't know the answer to that.
We have no clue. We're right there with you. Yeah, it's like General Hospital has this really bad habit of not getting specific enough on certain things. And again, I mean, again, all the different writing regimes, they could have at some point said, this is what Sonny does. So the fact that we don't know makes this whole plot line because it's like, what are they really fighting against? Yes, Sonny
Right.
has killed people. Yes, Sonny has done a lot of bad things, but what the hell does he do other than his Corinthos coffee, which is the legitimate business?
Right.
And who's running it now? Because when Jason came back, how many months did we go around and Jason had a clipboard?
The clipboard, his emotional support clipboard. Yeah.
Who's running it while he's over at Five Poppies having a vacay? Yeah, it's just none of that makes any sense. Nor the goons when 88 Turner.
Oh,
They're
sorry.
it's like we're the goons. I don't see the goons lately. He's just trotting
It's
around town on his own. We're
yeah.
just in the
It,
background
I
watching.
think Pamela Roberts brought up a really good point, and
Yeah.
it's that we are told. Well, we see him shoot Kate's in cold blood. That
Yeah.
was enough, right? That's enough for me. But
But we've all forgotten it, apparently.
right, and now we're trying to shut down the mob. In but what are they doing? We have not seen Sonny do anything illegal in
Yeah.
ages, have we?
Yeah. Other than shoot Kate's, no.
No. And
And
so,
that's been covered up.
right. So I don't, as I say this about Laura defending Sonny, I still feel that way. But on the other hand, I can see where she's like, dude, what's going on? I don't see any problem here. None of us do. So,
I just don't like the endless Sunny Laura conversations where we have to repeat the same thing about
right. We're
it's
family.
okay to
And
be seen together, we're
yeah.
family, blah blah blah. And it's like stop, stop, stop. And again, as Alan Serapa said on his page, which is basically a Snark page as well, why is Laura the go-to for defending criminals? Heather, Liesel Obrecht. It's like
Oh yeah, that's a bad writing
Sunny.
point. That you're right. That
I mean,
doesn't.
she really is. She annoys. I was gonna snark sometime this week and I didn't do it, so the post never appeared. But it's just like, really, is this what you do for Jeannie Francis as the unofficial lead of the show?
Right.
Is you give her, you
Bad
know,
children.
mediating and brokering, or she's only seen at her office. Now, I understand we can't show Kevin because Kevin's not there anymore. He's on Beyond the Gates.
Yeah.
It's just give her something to do. Give her, all right, yes, she's involved with this because she's the mayor and they're doing all this, political stuff. And there's an election apparently in November, which just tells me, oh God, we got 3 more months of this. But I want to see Laura involved with the plot line. I still like fixate on that plot line when Helena died and she sent everybody like on wild goose chases. They never resolved that, of
No.
course.
No.
And you thought, oh, there's going to be a really interesting storyline for Laura now, and it's going to plug into the history. And no, like everything else,
Well,
dropped.
I wonder if they're going to drag her into the Dalton story. I'm calling it the Dalton story, which is really the Brit story, which is really the Five Poppies story that's about the guy that we don't know who the guy is.
The guy who was there then left because they tried to get Britt to go to the lab, and the guy wasn't there. He left already. Or
It's, yeah. What else have we? Oh, and we spent way too much time this week on Kai and Trina, the couple we don't want to see ever again.
oh
And
well, gird your loins
I know.
because you haven't watched Friday, although it's
Oh,
not
God.
centered on them on Friday, but
I
there
know,
are.
but still, it's just okay. Frank, listen, Mama here. Summer's almost over. We don't make those kids go back to school and off the canvas so we don't see them anymore because frankly, those two are and making Stella and the Marty insurance thing the next way Drew. I mean that those are weird things to choose to get back at people. That's all I want to say. Going through Stella to I don't know. Anyway, that's
It's like if Kai and Trina were supposed to be the summer romance, ooh, did they fail?
did we have a summer romance?
We still got Joss and Vaughn.
Well,
Hopefully.
I wouldn't call that a romance, nor would I call Gio and Emma a romance. I
Oh, none of these things are romances. They're
no,
just
the most
potentiality.
romance we have is Carly and Jack, which was not, and then angsty conversations between Chase and Brooklyn. Oh my gosh, let's talk about Willow and Chase and Brooklyn and oh please God, no, no, no love triangle with crazy people.
Although Snark Park is back with a
The
vengeance.
Snark Park is back. We're playing baseball. It's a little weird that baseball is now just starting in Port Charles since the season is winding
Well,
down.
they've been busy with the
They've
Metroport.
been, yeah, so many things.
Everybody's been swimming, so now it's time to play some ball. So, what did you think about the slap heard round the world?
Well, it was awesome. We need more slaps in daytime. Let's face it. And it would have been better if Lucas had slapped Willow, but no.
Oh no. Well,
Slapped
that's
Will
it. And I wonder,
Stenson.
I wonder if because that Nina and Carly fight, which was way overdue. Now, where was that? Was that at Drew's place? But anything in public these days, I mean, again, you can't even tap someone on the shoulder today without somebody calling it, an assault. The whole, workplace stuff, I like that they sort of put that in. I mean, again, every once in a while, it's nice to see some realism because let's face it, if a nurse slapped a doctor, oh yeah, but Marco was right there.
Seeing
So
the whole thing. Yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
there's a witness.
That was a good twist. I'm going to plot whisper here for a second. I think Willow is going to go crazier, and I think somehow she's going to get herself back together with Drew. I don't think it's over yet. Yeah, I think that her crazy, see, weird Crazy Willow is going to not remember all the other things, and I'm just spitballing here. What do I know? I don't know. So
Well,
maybe
now that we've got Hot Michael, I guess that's my new name for him.
okay, hot Michael.
Everybody wants to see he and Willow have, angry sex.
I don't.
And
I don't
I
want to see
think,
Willow having sex ever
well,
again.
true. We thought way too much of that prior. The writers are steering us towards Chase. I think they're going to do it before she and Michael would ever do it. And I mean, again, it plays on history, but they need to do something with Chase and Brooklyn because let's face it, their romance is not lighting the world on fire.
Well, we don't get to see that. All we're seeing is Brooklyn in her angst about the baby story, and here's poor
Yeah.
Chase over here, barely even in this story, going, "I just wanted a baby, and my swimmers don't work." And yeah, I know. So back away from the crazy lady.
But at least they're doing something with Chase. I hate
Yeah,
when shows drop people's point of view. And for the longest time, we have not seen Chase's point of view other than he's loyal, supportive, you know,
golden
whatever
retriever.
happened to you, Brooklyn, in the past, it doesn't matter. Let's move forward. Okay, my swimmers don't work. Let's adopt. And then they just sort of dropped him for the last couple months. So to see him come back and go, yes, well, this would hurt someone if your wife is
It would,
obsessing over
yeah. And
her
he is,
child.
I don't think he fully grasps how cuckoo pants Willow is. I guess it makes sense. I just really hate it because I hate love triangles. It's one of my least
Oh,
favorite tropes. So,
soap's bread and butter for generations.
oh,
Have
I know,
loved
I
it.
know.
I just want to see romance back because the fact that Mama has to sit there and go, let's see, is anybody in a romance?
I know that's a bad sign for love in the
That's
afternoon,
bad
right?
that
And
you can't even think of one.
Kai and Trina don't work. They're not a couple. Curtis and Portia, ugh. Isaiah and whatever see, this is the other thing is we have triangles happening in two different places. Potential triangles, I should say. We have the Curtis, Portia, Isaiah, Jordan
Mhm.
situation,
Yeah.
which I have a feeling is going to get messy. And then we have the Willow, Chase, Brooklyn.
I thought it was more interesting when it looked like it was potential Curtis, Jordan, Isaiah, but now that Isaiah is getting pants feelings for Portia, it looks like it's shifting to the Curtis, Portia,
Which is
Isaiah.
weird. Can I just
I
say that came out of nowhere?
He needs something to do
He ab- he absolutely does. He is
because
a
falling in love with Squee is
well,
not going to cut
and
it.
we didn't see that. We've seen them have like what, one or two conversations?
He overheard some blackmail. Yeah, he butts in.
So
It's just
I will tell you, as a viewer, when he was looking at Portia and Curtis snogging by the elevators and he got that look on his face, I was very confused. I'm like, what? What are you ups? What?
after seeing Curtis and Jordan in Snark Park.
Exactly. And that look too. I'm like, what? Maybe he's in love with Curtis and that's why he's upset.
Could be it. Hey, there we go. There's the plot line. Oh,
That seems to be the most viable
it's
concept.
just like they may not be putting post-it notes on the wall anymore, but they're doing something where their finger slips off the keyboard and they just don't know what they're writing anymore. Part of a good writer's job is to make all the plot elements go towards the storyline you're trying to tell, not just throw things out and see what sticks. So what do you think about our new favorite person, PJ Pascal?
The dude,
PJ's pajamas, by the way.
PJ, yeah, pajama dude. He he is scruffy. He looks like he pulled one of Drew's ill-fitting jackets out of the dumpster and threw it on over his navy blue pajama top. I don't even want to think about what he's got on his feet. That's terrifying to me. But
That's
yeah, he
Madril's,
he and he's in
probably.
cahoots with Collette, who is now the double
So
agent.
bad French accents on both sides, although he is French Canadian. Well,
Yeah,
it's like
well,
anything on a soap. When they want to telegraph something, like, like, ooh, espionage, the accents get ramped up Joss and Vaughn overacting as the married couple when they get there. I mean, it's like I would be suspicious from right off the bat. Like these people are too much. Like, what's going on here? Where are you from?
The Brit story, I'm still interested. I'm still excited, but we need to move forward with this. And like I
Well,
said, I have
this
not seen Friday, so
right, this E they keep referring to. This better be this better be something that Frank is keeping under wraps. Some big ex-General Hospital star is going to come blazing back with her
maybe that's
teeth
who Erica
on.
Slezak.
Maybe it's Erica Slade. True. Oh, that's right. She's going to be
She's
on.
the big boss.
I'll take it.
I'll
I'll
take
take
it
it.
too.
That
I,
would be interesting instead of this supposedly being Monica's sister. I will take that.
yeah.
Erica Slezak comes in guns a-blazing. She's really Nikki Smith,
Oh,
and she's been running this cartel for years. I was reminding myself this week, since we're talking about the Dalton storyline, Daniel Goddard, the actor who plays Dalton, I believe, someone correct me if I am wrong, Tristan Rogers played his father on The Young and the Restless. So they knew each other I mean, they were both on Young and Restless at the same
oh.
time. So he also had, I mean, it's not just people who've worked on General Hospital because Tristan worked on so many different shows over the years. So who was your character of the week?
Normally, in a place where I wasn't cranky about Sunny, I would choose Laura because I
Right.
loved her interaction with Boyle, and she's fun to watch. She's so easy in what she does, and
They
she.
write her well with this political stuff and how to be a really good mediator and say the right thing. Yeah.
So I don't know. There, maybe I'll just go with Laura. I will go with her because I can't really think of anyone else.
Laura Asterisk.
Yeah, there you go. So that's my character of the week. What about you, David?
I will say Vaughn because,
Oh,
like I said earlier, they showed him off a little more this week. I mean,
yeah. Well, we got to see
physically
Nakey
and
Vaughn.
yes, but I mean, he had a lot more to do this week than in past weeks where he just shows up and is cranky with Joss. But yeah, how he sort of navigates. Now, yes, the overacting of the married couple, the honeymooning couple aside, which again, I'm sure that was directed because it always is. Telegraph that you are undercover in case that new viewer who just tuned in today actually thinks you are a married couple. Like, I mean, you've seen all the time when people lie on soaps, and you're like sitting there at home going, "Wow, you're so bad at
You're a
lying,"
terrible
but
liar.
then the
Yeah.
characters believe it.
Yeah. We should have a category though, although we won't because it's very sexist and about the most beautiful naked man on the show because I'm sorry, Josh Swickard and that those abs the other day when he was jogging through the park, I was like, okay, I get it. He's very attractive and we've had a lot of naked people lately.
Well, and he hasn't been shown naked lately, but
Yeah.
I was watching that scene and I thought, I think he really did jog up there because
Oh,
he was out of breath and he was actually sweaty and
listening as they
not the
say.
sweat they like drip on you before the cameras. I was like, good for Josh being a method actor.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to run up and be out of breath during this scene, my hair all tousled. And
And actually, Cody is looking not too bad when he takes his shirt off either. I'm just going to say,
they cleaned up Cody.
I
Yeah.
need some Ava this week. I need more Ava.
Did you accept her?
We've
Oh,
seen
definitely.
Ava, we've seen Ava be super strong with Nick and running the show, and this is who I am, and I'm the big boss bitch. And then we see her move into Sonny's penthouse for years, dealing with his medication and all this. Get with the program because right now Ava's kind of in the Sunny category where she's oohing and gooing over a boy, Cody.
Yeah, she's
And
giddy.
and I much prefer slightly snarky in charge Ava.
Ava is very inconsistently written, as is Nina.
So David, do you have a soap recommendation this week?
I do, and I'm going to piggyback off of my soap recommendation from last week. We talked about Dark Shadows, the
Mm.
original television series, and there's just so much out there that I feel that I have to separately recommend the revival series I talked about, which premiered early 1991, became had a great premiere. Dan Curtis, the original creator of the original Dark Shadows, was lured back to television by NBC head Brandon Tartikoff to do a new Dark Shadows. And he's like, I'm going to do a better take on this storyline because I can look at those episodes from the 60s and go, yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. We're going to streamline some things. Yeah, we're going to tell the same story about Barnabas, but it's gonna make more sense. And it did. And it was an all-star cast. I won't even go into how many soap opera stars was on this nighttime revival, but it was everything that we thought the daytime series was when we were first watching it, spooky and scary. Now comes off a little bit campy.
Hmm.
It's a lot spookier and scarier in the nighttime version. And it stars Ben Cross, Gene Simmons. It's a
I
great
need to look this
cast.
up. Yeah.
It's playing on if you have Prime, Amazon
Hmm.
Prime. It's on Amazon Prime right now. It's the only place that I've found it streaming. Now there is a little inconsistency. I, believe it or not, regret giving up my VHS tapes of the series because like everybody else, oh, DVD came out. Let's dump those 13 cassettes for this one disc. Because they didn't do as good a job on the DVD version, and I think it
Oh.
spilled over into the streaming. I'm not sure. I have to watch it where the streaming episodes are cut down a little
Oh,
bit.
they like they're
I'll have
cutting
to.
scenes?
They edited scenes out. They also do. There's a process called day for night when you're shooting at night. You shoot during the day and then you put filters on it. They took the filters out, so I think it looks like Barnabas is running around in the middle of the afternoon. So I will check and get back to people on that because that's what ended up when it made the transfer to DVD. The company that transferred it did not put the care
That
and
is
time
so
into it.
strange to me, but
It
well,
happens a lot when you, especially with older shows. There's a lot of shows out there. The Golden Girls is a perfect example. They will release them on DVD, but they're the syndicated versions, which means they're cut down for more commercials
oh, that's
and
right.
not the original master tapes. And again, that's part laziness, that's part cost. But I always hate that. So when the Golden Girls came to Hulu, I was like, I gotta watch the Golden Girls again because I have these sort of cut down, not every episode on the Golden Girls, but there were a lot that were cut down for time. And I was looking at the time checks on the Dark Shadows revival, and a lot of the episodes are like 44, 45, 46 minutes. I think they all ran around 50 minutes. So I'll have to rewatch and see if I can figure out what was cut down. But I still recommend it because it's a good watch. It's only, I think, 12 or 13 episodes because unfortunately the Gulf War happened. And as we all know from watching General Hospital, they interrupted the show more often than not for War coverage. And the ratings, from episode one to the last episode, the ratings dropped by more than 50%. So it wasn't renewed. And it
Oh,
ends on
that's
a
too bad.
cliffhanger.
Well,
Yeah.
that's when
Yeah.
we wished we'd had
But
streaming, so they could watch it later.
yes. And now, because we do have streaming, a lot of these shows are now uncut. Unfortunately, in that case, I think they didn't. Same thing. They just were lazy. But
Text messages from Wicked Stepmother. Wicked Stepmother had her 87th birthday on Wednesday. Happy birthday! And she is traveling on the mainland, seeing family and friends. And so I don't really have a text from her. She was in, I have a picture of her celebrating her birthday, which I will post in the edit.
yeah,
But yeah, she's having a grand old time
great.
here.
Well,
So
happy birthday. All our love.
yeah. Yeah, so David, here we are at the end of our Snarkcast, which was kind of weird this week, and I promised the people that we would share the true story of your face. Would you like to tell it?
All right.
So, what actually happened last night, David?
Thursday night, I was out with my cousin and some friends, and we were crossing the street, and a cab ran a light. And luckily, my cousin was closer to the curb. I pushed her out of the way, and that's where her injuries came from. But I got clipped by a cab, and I did a face plant, and I've got a bad knee. My wrist's a little sore.
Hmm.
We'll see, but yeah. So
That's the true
thank you,
story.
cab, for running a light. And of course, people in the crossroad, that's a big no-no. Well, anywhere, but in New York, especially, if someone's in the crosswalk, you stop no matter what. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get the cab number. So So I'm a little worse for wear. I didn't even attempt to talk yesterday, which is why we didn't do the Snarkcast for today. So that was my schedule conflict
Yeah. Well, I'm
for
glad
the
you're
week. Hopefully next
okay.
week I'll be a little better. My lips is like really messed up today.
Oh
I look like
well.
I got stung by a bee.
Yep.
But
Colette
yeah,
driving that cab, that was not a good thing.
I
Anyway.
swear it was her. It was either her or ketamine Kane.
So that's another week of the Snarkcast for us. If you are not subscribed on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button because then you'll get notifications when we post. And I also post my Old Lady podcast on YouTube too, and you will get the notification for that if you're interested. We're on Substack, where David will be posting his week summary for all of you guys. And we are on Instagram, that you can catch our reels there, and of course, Facebook. We do sort of visit that other place that used to be called Twitter. Not very often. We just repost things, but there you go. So
Yeah, you can find
follow
the
us.
podcast on there,
Yeah,
but
and Substack's a fun place because we do write long form articles there where we talk about cast, crew, whatever. We talk about all the things. So thank you for watching up to this point. Thank you for being with us every week. We do this every week because David thought of it and he makes me do it. So that's the only reason.
and some weeks I regret it now.
Yeah, this may be one. See you next week, everyone.
I